Afternoon, guys. This is a remake of the videos that I did earlier that came out really crappy, so I'm sorry about that. But I'm trying to explain exactly what I did with the account, and we're going to use we'll use this. Let's use this one here. So I've got two of them just running two different philosophies at the moment. So this one we started up with a total of $18.12, and we go to our wallets. I've just got to keep an eye on it because I've got a big trades going at the moment, so bear with me. We started out with 20 XRPs worth $18.12, and at the moment we're running at $23.18. So we've made nearly $5 profit, which is bloody good, to be honest. It would be worth taking our profits at the moment, and I'll explain how we sort of got there. So I'll just let you look at trade I've got going at the moment, which is we've got two. I've got CHZ. I got a bit of a tip on this one, and I've just taken profits before, and I actually jumped in here, and the tip I got was it's going to hit 38. Now we're only at 28 at the moment, so I took a $100 profit, and I'm just running another lot here. And XRP came into the zone as well, so running at $42. If that hits where I want to hit, it'll be up around about the 150 mark. So you see it's just leveling out on the 1 minute. If we drop out to the 3 minutes, it's looking very, very good. So we took it around about sort of here. So it's just been going, chugging along. And actually, if you look at the 5 minute one, there. So I'm just keeping an eye on those two because obviously I don't really want to lose them. So it's pretty easy to things change in the market very, very quickly. Because that's just a nice chance. Don't forget these are US dollars, so we're talking about 50 Australian dollars sitting there at the moment, just in two trades in the space of half an hour. So it's not bad coin at the end of the day. So I'm going to take you on to, I said we ran two different counts, two different strategies. We'll go for this one at the moment, which is, you can see on our wallet. We'll go to the wallet here. This one's a little bit lower than the other one, only by 20 cents, so they weren't too bad. As I said, so we'll go to the one that's got the big one, 21.65. So you can see it's dropped. It's quite easy for it to drop $1, $2 while we're talking. So you'll see that happen. It'll go up and down. Doesn't matter. You're just interested in the final number. So this was at 20 XRPs. So we had a total value of $18.12. So what I did, I purchased up to 105 XRPs using what's called leverage. So that's there. We own those 105. What we're doing is we're paying back a loan of $78. So what we're going to do that is through paying it through future trading, which is CHZ here. We've got 40 cents up. We're already taken one profit out of XRP today, which is about $1. And I know that don't sound like huge numbers for everyone, but you've got to understand that we're working with $18.12. It's all relative to percentages of what we're doing. So if you look at XRP, I'm riding basically the waves of XRP at the moment from all three of these accounts. I've got three on the go at the moment. So we've been pretty much doing this since, well, I've been doing it sort of all the way since back here, and just building up the numbers all the way through. Because we're expecting this to hit sort of around the dollar. I'm hoping let's talk $1.75 by Friday, Saturday. I find that hard to believe unless it does something remarkable. But you know what? We'll run with it. So as you can see, we've got a bit of a downturn there. We could panic a little bit, but there's no reason to panic at the moment. I haven't really set any stop losses on theirs, or right down here. And what we can do is we use a trailing stop loss here if we want. So we've got XRP, got 38. So I've made a couple little buys. We'll move that up to that marker here, and we'll modify the amount of the coins to 38. So if it does drop below this mark, it will take a buy and take a loss, but it will minimize our loss. But we don't want to do that. Hopefully this will rebound up again because it's still on a what we call a RSI here. It's still looking nice, and it's just tipping back up again, and we see the little green line going there. So, and if we move again to the 3 minute, which is 3 to 5 minutes is what you should be using, you can see the push is really nice. Heading to the resistance of 97 is where it is. You can see where it's topping out there, 97.2s, 97.1s. That's where its resistance is. If it can break through that and get to 97.8, 98, it'll just keep going. So with the stop loss here, we're going to move at 38. We're going to move that right up as we want to get it close as we can to the long place, and that'll get us back into the trade. So this was my fault. I got excited about XRP. Took it a little bit earlier than what I should have done. I should have been waiting on it to get down here. But you can see where I took it. The signals were there to go again, and it just didn't work. And I left the market open when I left it. So, which is a big no-no usually, but didn't really have a lot of choice. And because we weren't dealing with huge quantities of money, I didn't worry about it too much. So moving along. So the other one I'm taking, as I said, I've done the same with their accounts as well. So you can see, again, it's chugging along quite nicely, a bit of a dip, coming back. This, as I said, this is touted, if it hits 38, we're talking 54 possibly, so doubling what we are now. So again, you're only talking sort of $1.50, but when you're dealing with $23, it's 10%, 5% growth, and we're already on top of our 23% growth that we've got now. And XRP is just about to get back to zero and start making a little bit of profit for us here. It keeps chugging along. So when we're taking a trade, we've got two choices here. We look at the two spots. We've got future trading, which we don't own the actual coins themselves, but we leverage them. Now I've got the ability to leverage up to 10% on these accounts and 20% on my main account. So if we were to take 100% of XRP coins now, I could actually buy 15 additional coins even on top of what we've got. So I could have 53 coins at the moment, but we're not going to take that trade. What we're going to do is wait till this starts to break up here. This is when it's slightly oversold, when it gets above this line. So we're using indicators there, which I've mentioned quite a few times, which is called the RSI, which is the relative strength index. So that's one of the indicators you want to use. On these lines here, we're using what's called the MA cross. On your indicators, most of the charting ones look like that, unless you're dealing with just ones that deal with spot, which is like CoinSpot, and that are very basic exchanges and very nice and easy to use for new people. But if you want to start to learn a little bit more about how to make some extra money, so we're using MA cross at the moment, as you can see, and we can adjust the periods to what we like. At the moment, I am using 5 for short, which is this yellow line, so that's 5 by 3 minutes. So that's a 15. So each one of these ones is 3 minutes. Each one of these bars, and it's an average of the last 5. Next one is the average of the last 15. Now the critical points on these are where they cross, and I've talked about this a number of times. But you can see we could take the trade here, and we would have done all right out of it, but we didn't know, because if you look at here, we would have thought, oh well, look, it's starting to go up. So let's take the trade here, and then it dipped back down again. So what we're looking for is when this crosses the yellow line here, or whatever color it is in your screen crosses, the next bar after, if it's green, we continue to take the trade. Again, same thing, if we're going to sell, we usually do it the other way. Now we can, if you're happy with your profit you got here, like if I go back to the main account at the moment, which I've got $3,380 in XRP and $4.79. I've got $41 profit and $3.39. I might say I'm happy with that. Take it, but you probably should. But we're going to leave it go, because as again, I think it's going to hit that 97, and we'll gradually bring this up again a little bit more, and just drag that stop loss up there. So no matter what happens, if the market just goes bang and just drops, we still make profit. We won't make the $43 we've got. And same with this one. Just going to leave that keep running at the moment. So again, if we move back to the account we were using, we're going to follow that along. So we're 10 cents away from getting back in where we want to be, which is up there. And once we do that, we'll let that go till it gets a little bit off, take the trade, and what we can do once we get more confident is we use what's here. If we're going to buy something first, so say we're going to make a trade at the moment, and this is in futures, which is called perpetuals on here, and we wanted to take a profit at 0.97. Well, let's take it. So we really thought it was going to get to $1.75 by Friday, which is some of the predictions that are out there with this, with what's happening. I don't think it'll get that high, but just to make it interesting. And a stop loss of around about the 0.95 mark, which gives us 1.5%. So we only lose 24 cents if we took the trade here. If it continues on, then we'll actually make $12.56. So, you'd say that's a reasonable sort of trade to take. And then that would set a new stop loss up here as well. So we'd have two separate stop losses. So we can do that if we want to. I'm not going to do that at the moment because I don't want to overburden it. Because at the moment we've got an issue with we've got liquidation prices. So at the moment my stop loss is at 90.95 cents, so 95 cents on XRP. If it gets below 86, which it won't now because my stop loss is set, it will liquidate all the holdings we've got there, which we don't want to do, obviously. So, and you can see if I go back to the main wallet, my liquidation is 90.9 cents on that. So I've run the leveraging over here at 12.99, which is quite high and quite risky, but I was pretty confident with the trade. And you see we're up to $45, $44.59, so it's moving very, very nicely. And being not a greedy person, I should really take it. But just going to slide that stop loss up a little bit more. I think the run we've got is looking like we actually make new highs each time. I'm hoping that we're going to make another high. So we'll just keep moving that stop loss up as we go. So more. So going back to the account we were using before, which is that one. As you can see, let's have a look. So we've got 8 cents. That's almost back. We're making 50 cents profit on CHZ. So that's looking good. Again, those numbers don't sound big, but let's put it in context of what dollars we're spending. So if we go, before we go back to the wallet, I'll show you the other one, which is spot trading. So spot, you can actually leverage as well, which is what we did before. So you'll see that comes up. Oh, sorry, I haven't done that. Select it. So we've got spot, and we want to find XRP, and it's XRP against the US dollar, which is basically the same price and same structure. What we would do is an enable margin. So this means we would actually own the coins, but we would borrow the money. So if we were to borrow 75%, I could potentially buy another 9 coins, but it would leave us in a situation we'd be in trouble with our liquidation prices. So I'm not prepared to do that at the moment. So I'm going to leave that there. Because you can see here, this is on that account. We've got USD dollars, we owe $77. We've got XRP at the value of 101. So we're actually about $24. We've got a borrowed spot position. Now, if the XRP drops below 87, it will liquidate, which is quite close. We can close the market now. If we were to close the market and sell all our XRP, we'd sell $78.26 of the XRP, which would clean whatever's left for us, which would be about $24 at the moment, which is $23.39. That would leave us with the balance there. But that would sell us all that. So the goal here is to continually get the value of this down and down and down by making great trades in here. So the more we can knock $1 or $2 off these every day, we bring that down. So maybe in 6 to 8 weeks, we've got that down to basically. So if we go back to our balances, we want to bring this down to 0, which means then we'll own 105. If that gets up to the $1.75 that we're looking at, say 100, so we're talking about $175 in 8 weeks from an $18 investment. So which is pretty, you just can't get that sort of return on investment. So you have to play. The thing about doing it this year, you obviously got to be fairly conservative. You don't have a lot to play with. Obviously, if I lose $20 out of my account, it's not going to be a huge amount. I lose $20 on their account. So something just triggered on there. So let's have a look what happened. There might be on take profit by the looks. On one of them yet took some of the profit, which is great. So we're still trying to clean it. So this one's a little bit, 22.29, a little bit under. So 2 different strategies. We're $1 difference at the moment, but nothing really to worry about. So that's pretty much where we're at on these accounts. So I'm going to keep you informed. I just wanted to show you how you can turn that $18.12. Now we're into $5.20, and so we're looking nearly 30% growth since 7 o'clock this morning. That's 7 p.m. about 7 p.m. Australian time. So I'm going to finish the video there, and hope you enjoy it. Take care. Ask some questions, please. Sorry, because I did go through it fairly quickly. and some of it might be confusing. More than happy, drop your questions on it. Doesn't matter what they are. If you want me to go over something one more time that you didn't understand, I'd really rather you ask the questions, because I don't know unless you ask me. So, okay, guys, have a great night. Take care.